Hello, buddy, and welcome to part 4 of episode 59.
Not
Top rope
450.
reality. No, not 459.
Reality. Okay.
Top rope reality. I'm Mike Hogan.
But I'm Justin
And
Cadet.
I want to thank you again for watching this week's episode so far.
Kind of changed the name a little bit.
You did.
Cadet.
And I've got the old speaking voice here going.
You do.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, we're running on. I'm sorry.
We are.
Let's start off with our new last 10 weeks. We
new
had
10
Hogan.
10 weeks.
We were Hogan's refused to lay down to me.
The last 10 weeks and now
10 weeks.
we have 10 more weeks.
10 more weeks.
The 10 greatest ever. WWE Hill Stables.
Now, you out there, I know, out there in wonderful YouTube land will not agree with these 10. I've seen the 10, and I don't agree with them.
Right, we didn't come up with it, so don't hate.
But I was looking for something to entertain us
Oh, it's going to be entertaining.
and you, the fan.
Oh, it'll be entertaining.
So let's get started with number 10 on the 10 greatest ever WWE heel teams.
WWE.
Stables.
WWE.
WWE. Remember that.
Remember.
Underline it. Circle it. WWE.
The Wyatt Family.
Led by Bray Wyatt.
Prominent member. Bray Wyatt, Luke Harper, Eric Rowan.
You know they're doing the 3D now?
I saw them doing the
You
3D.
saw them doing the 3D.
No, I saw. I read it.
Oh, okay. What are you saying? I want to see it.
Right?
It's okay. I like that new movie. The other movie they did first. So they changed that movie with their own time.
It's stupid. They don't need to take the 3D.
Maybe it's leading to the Dudleys coming back.
Oh, maybe so. The dates they were active was?
212 to 214.
And here we go. In an era of Smark fans, that's you people, an anti-Cena backlash. Anti-Cena backlash, that's us.
Yes.
The Wyatt family hardly counts as a heel stable. They were cheered nearly as much as they were booed. People went nuts when Bray announced the hometown during their entrance. I love that. And if the number of fireflies in the audience were any indication, this was one gimmick that totally got over with the crowd. That scared me a little bit. I didn't know what was going on. It was like right in my eye. The best thing about the Wyatts was their plausibility. As fans,
rednecks.
Yes. As fans, we had to
From
suspend.
Louisiana, Florida, Georgia, Alabama, Mississippi. Hey, it works all over the place. South Carolina.
Yep. We have to suspend our disbelief when we see The Undertaker shoot lightning from his fingertips. But the Wyatts are a bit more plausible. A bunch of crazy backwoods people.
What you want that?
And what?
Now where you going for a minute there?
I'm reading what they said.
Watch out what they said.
A rambling street corner preacher. It's possible you could run into these folks if your car broke down at the wrong time. So basically they're saying that it's a whole lot easier to believe in the Wyatt family than it is to believe. Who?
Believe in that.
Believe in that.
That's true. The
Instead,
Wyatt
'cause the
family is
Undertaker-
people.
Yes, because the Undertaker was, very, cartoonish in the fact that he could do lightning and flames and this and that and the other. Whereas the Wyatt family, they just crazy. And
I believe
they
if
out
you
to
went
get
to some town in Louisiana,
There's some of them folks like that.
you could run into these folks.
Yes.
Now,
In
maybe-
any southern town.
Might be the last time you run into anybody.
True.
But you got to believe that.
That's right.
See, it's short and sweet. That was
Short, sweet for that one. And that's how it's going to be.
Hogan was long because Hogan just
He's crazy.
was a butt. So,
That's true, too.
so let's go now to the 100 wrestling pay-per-views you must see
You,
before you die.
before you die.
With key matches.
Before you crawl.
And at number 75, it was ECW's Living Dangerously in 1999.
I should have let you take it. I always get the hot name.
Brian, you got Brian. Key matches were RVD. RVD. Need a joint? And Jerry Lynn for the ECW World Television title. For the ECW title was Taz versus Sabu.
You need a joint?
That's for RVD.
That's for Sabu.
Oh, Sabu. Who wants to sue Paul Heyman? So.
Oh my gosh.
Because he gypped him. ECW's been doing this a long time, Sabu. Let it go. Let it go.
Let it go.
And Super Crazy. Remember Super Crazy versus
Yes, we did.
Tajiri.
Now, number 74. Very good for you because you could read those names. Number 74, Ring of Honor, Man Up. You better man up, son. That's scary, actually. 2007. We had Dan. See, I almost said it wrong.
Dan!
Dan, yeah!
I don't know who Dan is.
I don't know who Dan is either. Dan Delicious.
I wasn't going to say it. I was thinking it, but I wasn't going to say it.
We had Brian Danielson taking on, oh god,
Takeshi?
Teishi Morishima? Morishima?
I think it's Teishi.
It's a Japanese guy. Look it up.
You've only got 1, 2. You got 2. The rest are decent.
If I could say Cesaro's old name.
What did it say? Sonora? Claudio Castanero.
See, I don't think it was Casanero.
Cascanero.
So you can't even say it. Look it up.
Claudia. I got Claudia though. Hey, I feel good about that.
That's easy. Briscoe brothers taking on Kevin Owens, Steen, and El Generico, Sami Zayn.
I know that. I like that to be on the network.
Tag team partners.
Yeah, tag team partners.
Nigel McGuinness, also known as Desmond Wolfe.
Thank you. I couldn't think what his
I couldn't
TNA,
think of it either
I
for a
couldn't think what his TNA name was.
In TNA, Desmond Wolfe. And apparently he had to retire right after that because, I guess his head, I don't know what.
Yes.
Taking on Chris Hero. And then Chris Hero's tag team partner, that too.
Bird.
Exactly. And then Chris Hero's tag team partner, Claudio Castanagi, Hate Mail coming, Cesaro.
Cesaro's
an American.
Don't say.
It didn't talk about him, but it won't say the name then.
No, I won't say the name.
Evil people. Anyway, Cesaro took on Namachiga Morifuji.
I think Morifuji works.
Eat more of your Fuji.
That works. Number 73 is a WWE slash ECW One Night Stand.
That's a good one.
2006. That's a good one.
That was a good one.
Key match is John Cena taking on RVC.
Cena wins with Riot. Why does it say WWF
title? I know.
It's just stupid.
Shouldn't be either.
Stupid.
It's 2006.
Stupid.
Mick Foley, Edge, and Lita versus Terry Funk, Tommy Dreamer, and Beulah. McGillicuddy.
Not Michael McGill.
No. And Kurt Angle versus R. KO. RKO. Randy Orton. I'm about to choke death over here. Now, Beulah. Randy Orton.
No
Go.
RVD.
RKO.
And again, I get a bad one.
What's
wrong with you?
You should have looked.
I should have looked. WCW slash New Japan Pro Wrestling Super Show 1991. Key matches.
He was a Hall of Fame, so that's fine.
That doesn't mean I can say his name. Tatsumi Fujinami. Same thing. Versus Ric Flair for the NWA World title.
Woo!
I can't hear you. And then the Great Muta. I can't say his other name though. It was like
I don't know the other one.
Kuji, some weird name. Versus, whoa. Dirty 30.
I know, back to Dirty 30 again.
Taking on Sting. And then, scared me though. I know what you were doing behind me. Jushin Thunder Liger.
Yeah, Jushin Thunder Bomb Liger. Yes.
Taking on
I guess it should be Jushin Blue Thunder Bomb Liger.
Taking on Akora Nogami. I'll say Nogami.
I'll say Nogami too.
IWGP Junior title.
And at number 71 for the 100 Wrestling Pay-Per-Views you must see before you die with key matches, we have Ring of Honor Joe versus Kobashi.
So I hope one of the matches is Joe versus Kobashi.
Key match, Kenta Kobashi versus Samoa Joe.
Oh, that's good.
And James Gibson versus Jimmy Yang.
Do you know who those two people are?
I know those two
Who are they? For the people.
James Gibson. James Gibson is part of J&J Security.
Known as?
And Jamie Noble.
Jamie Noble. And Jimmy Yang is.
I don't know who Jimmy Yang is. Jimmy Wang
Jimmy Wang Yang is Jimmy Yang, who is also a Keo, who is also WCW with the Young Dragons.
That's one.
But it was spelled Jung. Jung.
Right.
That's stupid.
Now, brought back by popular demand, the phone was ringing,
Off
the texts were texting,
That's true.
the microphones were microphoning, our ears were burning.
That's true too.
People said, bring back the Hall of Fame.
The Hall of Fame?
The woulda, coulda,
Coulda, shoulda.
shoulda. And it's here again on episode 59. And
Shoulda?
shoulda be, and will be, is the music man for WWE.
Jim Johnston.
Yes.
He should be.
He should be. How many great songs, or theme songs, as people like to call them,
Yes.
has he put out?
A lot.
That you know.
A lot.
How many? A lot. Might be. This is a good one.
This is up in the air though. Very much so up in the air. He's always got some heat in front of him.
But bridges have been built before with people you would never think. So could this man be another one? I believe so.
Maybe. Now he's working with a little horse wrestler.
The man is,
Jim Cornette. The man with the record.
and not at all. I
This is
don't
laughable.
see these two in the Hall of Fame at all.
Laughable.
Don't yell, Coco Beware at me. Every time I bring up somebody that never be, you always go, Coco Beware.
That's true though.
Coco Beware. Bastion Booker. Coco Beware.
Repo Man.
Abe Knuckleball Shorts, or whatever his damn
Shorts.
name is.
AKA
Coco Beware.
Okay, Brooklyn Brawler.
Coco Beware.
Kim Chi.
The one you just said a while ago, Repo Man. Coco Beware. Never ever this team will ever be in there. The Young Stallions, Jim Powers, and Paul. I did better in WCW wrong.
Yes, he did. Best thing that ever happened to him was Paul Orndorff.
And Hercules. Paul and Gore was good.
But were they ever champions?
No.
Were Paul and Paul champions?
I don't know. Were they?
Yes.
They were? Well,
They were the tag team champions of the world.
pretty wonderful.
Pretty wonderful.
That was the name of the team too, wasn't it?
That was the name of the team.
I was,
It was
just,
Pretty
I was
Paul
just, I was
Roma?
just agreeing with you. That's pretty wonderful. They won the tag team titles, and I forgot that was the name of the team.
Pretty Wonderful and Mr. No. I was trying to say Pretty Paul
You sure?
Roma.
Are they tag team champions?
Pretty Paul Roma.
Pretty wonderful.
You said
Wonderful. That's how it goes.
Expiring delay.
it's fine.
Pretty wonderful. WCW. I got 41 on that one. Oh,
You still talk? Oh, we got it.
hey!
Now Wikipedia that mess. Because they was tag team champions. It was a Pretty Paul Roma and Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff. 93 to 95. History. Championships. WCW World Television Championship, Mr. Wonderful. WCW World Tag Team Championships. Two-time. WCW Tag Team Champions. Because they were fighting Bigelow. Not Bigelow.
Are you sure you know anything?
Bagwell and the Patriot. Bigelow and Bagwell. So
WC, we're gonna have this may be a thing one time in the part 4. It's pretty cool to read all that. Okay.
all right.
Now up next is the 40 wrestlers ranked worst
We have
to
really
best.
rambled.
We have. It's a rambling week.
Rambling 59.
We're gonna do number. I know it's gonna be rambling 59. We're gonna do 34 to 32, and these three definitely need to see the retirement home.
They do.
Number 34. Ooh, and I'm not doing this.
No,
I'm
you're
not
not
doing
doing
Roman Reigns.
Don't do Roman Reigns.
No, I'm not. or number 34.
Don't do him.
I'm not, because he's big. Still thinking with a wife, like, how in the world?
How in the world?
How
does that work?
Get the measurements. What the hell? Stick that.
She's up to his knee, and that's what it
What's
is.
this?
Hey-o.
Okay, number 34 is The Big Slow. Pros. Incredible athlete. What the world?
He's an incredible athlete.
Yeah, that's what it says. Incredible athlete.
He was
and mobile for
in
someone his size.
In WCW, he was doing leg drops off the top rope.
He was not skinnier.
That's true.
Hair.
And he had hair.
You're Andre's son. Get Andre's hair.
Stupid.
Is willing to make younger guys look good. Yeah. Even weaker guys look good.
Did Eric Rowan ever beat Big Show?
No, that was terrible. Is also willing to do whatever kind of shtick management asks him to. Yes, he definitely does that.
Dresses up in diapers.
Put a diaper on.
Hulk Hogan and Ricky.
Cons. Please retire. Chants are a really bad thing.
They are.
Change allowances 15 times per year.
That's true too.
Despite his size, he has been booked like a giant.
That's true too.
You're next. Number
33. Mark Henry. Pro. Insanely strong.
He's the world's strongest man.
Number 2 has improved a lot in the last 5 years.
Yes, he has.
Number 3 still possesses some credibility due to his size and reputation as the world's strongest man. But cons, he's definitely on the downside of his career. I mean, he's only been there like 35 years. It's ridiculous. But anyway, number 2, despite having said credibility, he has lost a lot of it already.
Yes.
And number 3, the biggest one of all, he's injury prone.
That's not good.
They talk about these wrestlers not being at home with their kids for all the special events. He was at home for all of them.
He was. A lot of birthdays.
He didn't miss a thing.
And number 2 of this week's.
Number 2.
Number 32 of this week's.
Thank you. Not 2.
There's a burp in between.
Ah.
Kane. The pros are one of the longest tenured wrestlers in WWE, still working on a regular basis.
That's true.
Very athletic for someone who is 48.
It's true. He goes the same category as Gold does.
48.
Yes, they're both old.
Okay.
Okay.
Willing to do whatever it takes to help build a superstar of tomorrow.
He's doing well with Seth Rollins. Yeah.
The cons. His age is really catching up with him. Yes, he can. You know, you can only take so many bumps before you start really feeling it every day.
There's a thing called a bump card, and eventually
Has a terrible win-loss record.
That's true.
He does. I mean, he does. I mean, like, come on, Kane. Where's the big red monster at?
Right.
No longer poised as threat when whoever's he is never a threat to anybody anymore. Like, oh, who cares, Kane? Ooh, so scared of Kane.
That's true.
Dean Ambrose. That's my impression of Dean Ambrose this week on episode 59.
Very good. Very good. So next week we will continue.
It is it for part 4.
That's true. Number.
Episode 59. Now, guys, you gonna show me what I was gonna
Next week.
Since you screwed up, I don't know. Finish up what I was gonna say.
What are you gonna say?
Episode 59.
Okay. Next week we will continue our 10 greatest ever WWE heel stables with number 9. The $1 Million Corporation.
Money, 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 money.
I wouldn't say it's one of the greatest, but hey, whatever. WWE's 40 wrestlers ranked from worst to best, plus news, countdowns, more, SummerSlam 93 talk, and a whole lot more, including the beginning.
Oh, the beginning.
The beginning.
Can you believe it's been like 4 weeks since we ended the other one?
About 4 weeks since we ended the, what was it, Intercontinental?
Yes.
The Intercontinental.
Macho Madness.
The March Macho Madness Intercontinental Tournament in May and June. No?
May and June, April and May.
April and May, same thing, really. We're not even in June yet. What's wrong with you people? Jeez Louise.
I know, we ain't June yet.
RVD came over and he just messed me all up.
420 to you!
Oh, okay, so.
Now, either. We haven't decided yet.
We haven't decided.
We're going to decide right here, right now, in front of you great, lovely people out there.
The people!
Right now.
The people!
The people need to hear this.
The people!
Are we going to have the rankings, or are we just going to name the 16 teams next week?
Interesting.
What do you want?
Like how we did the other one.
Do you want to have the seeding already started, or do you want to name who the 16 tag teams will be? The ball
in my court.
Is in your court.
It's in my court.
And you have 55 seconds to decide.
Oh. So, again, tell me what we're going to do. What's the question?
Are we going to start the tournament and have the tag teams already seeded?
Oh.
Or are we going to just inform the fans of who the 16 teams are
starting next week
in the Teddy Long Tag Team Tournament for Top Row Reality
on the YouTube for episode 60?
60, yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
That's 60.
Let's go.
That's 8 past.
8 past. Where did you go it?
8 past a year.
It's 8 past 9. Hey!
It's 8 past a year.
It's actually 31 past 8. But anyway. So we have 9 seconds. 8 seconds. So what we're going to do is...
6, 5.
You're making me nervous. We're going to inform them of the seeds as we go.
Okay, so we're going to start the tournament next week.
Start the tournament. We're going to place everybody where we need to be.
Oh, we're going to do it live in living color.
In living color. In living color.
Okay, folks, so you
Good
got
show.
it. We're going to place them and seed them. So that'll be a lot of part 4.
Place and seed. Place and seed.
We'll have the team stables. We'll have the 3 more terrible, worst to best names.
And the
we
tournament.
will seed the tournament. That's all in part 4.
All just in part 4. Don't forget SummerSlam 1993. Fat chance.
In part 2.
In part 2.
In part 3 will be
More
everybody's countdowns.
And in part 1.
Part 1 will be the longest part. It's the
Always.
wrestling news. Who got fired? Is TNA still in business?
Josh Matthews asking for a job again.
I know. Who did he piss off this week?
Right. Who's his commentary partner?
Plus, we'll talk about Elimination Chamber.
We will talk about
Because it will be going on next week.
Right. As we're filming, it will be coming on the pre-show right before we get done. So we will talk about that. And, of course, so much more.
Oh, yes.
So much.
Some more names from WrestleCade could show up.
They
Ring
could
of Honor
show up.
stuff.
Ring of Honor stuff. Global Force stuff.
Oh, yes.
Remember Scott Hall? He was drunk. But yet he left. He left because he didn't want to piss off WWE. That's why he left Global Force. Right.
Yeah.
What a coincidence.
So we didn't get to that. We didn't get to that part.
We didn't get to that.
We can talk about that next week.
We could talk about that next week.
So that's it for this is it for part 59.
Episode 59.
Episode 59, part 4. I knew it when I said it. I said it wrong. I knew it. Because I didn't have the hands good enough to get it wrong. I'm Mike Hogan as always.
And I'm Justin Kai.
And no, we're not drunk. So
Not
I
at
don't think
all.
we are.
Not at all. Well, I don't know what's in your cup.
Just Kool-Aid.
Okay.
Coolio-Aid.
Sure it's not that guy that served Kool-Aid to his congregation.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And we hope to see
That's
you
awesome.
next week right here when we begin the Teddy Long Tag Team Tournament. Because holla, 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 playa. He loves some tag teams.
So it's going to be Holla Holla Holla, episode 60.
Holla, 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 episode 60. Love it. Thank you again for watching.
And this will be Ramblin' 59.
It will be Ramblin' 59. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.
Next week. In a few clicks over a week later. Clickety click, 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 click.
That's a lot of clicks.
That is a lot of clicks.
Rest up.
Yes. Rest your fingers.